All right, so today is 8/23/18, which is Thursday, or you're watching this on Friday and it's the 24th. I'm going to put that because that's what day it is for the first class. And so today we're going to talk about multiplying binomials. And we're going to multiply binomials that would look like this, like x plus 4 times like 3x minus 6. And you're going to have to learn how to multiply those. And maybe you already know there's two methods we're going to learn, focusing mainly on using the area model because you're going to love that when it comes to doing a lot of stuff at the end of the semester. And then there's this thing that you might have heard before called FOIL, and I'll show you how to do that, but not yet. We're going to focus on the area model today. So the area model literally is about finding the area of a rectangle by finding the parts inside. So you find this part and this part and this part and this part, and then you add it all up over here to get your total. So all of these would be added up over here. And so it's not as complicated. Sometimes people get stuck on how to find the area of each part of that. So I'm going to use a basic example like you know. And so if you get the problem 32 times 45, my second graders now know that the number 32 is really, if you do expanded notation, 30 plus 2. And then you multiply that by 45 is really 40 plus 5. And so this is your binomial. This x we don't know, and that 40 we don't know, but we know this plus 5, but it's really minus 6 up there. But this is a binomial times a binomial, because there's no algebra yet. So when you're taught how to multiply this, it's typically the traditional way. You do the 32 times 45 gives you, and then we have, this is 10, this is 15 plus 1 is 16, space holder 0, now 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 3 is 12, and next you add it up, 0, 8 plus 6 is 14, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. So that's what we get there. Now I'm going to erase this, and we're going to do our area model with this problem. And so you could assist underneath it if you'd want, or somewhere else. So now we're going to multiply the same thing, but we're going to use this instead. So I'm going to make a rectangle, and I'm going to make it bigger for myself. Beautiful thing about this, I can just go click. It's gone. Let's make a bigger rectangle so I have more room to write stuff in my boxes. So this is 30 plus 2. So I'm going to space it out. This is my 30 plus 2. This here is 40 plus, and this here is 5. And so now let's multiply. So this first box is length times width. 30 times 40. 3 and 4 is 12. 0, 0 gives you the 1200. This is 40 times 2. Doesn't matter, order doesn't matter, multiplication. So 40 is this length, 2 is that length. That gives you 80. Now it's this length up here, which is 30 times this length here is 5. That's 150. And this is my 2 times, this is my 5, which is 10. And so now I'm going to add this up. So I'm going to take this and bring it over here. So now I have 1,200. These two we typically do next. I'm just going to put them in order of size of number. So 150, 80, and then 10. Add it up, all of the zeros. And this is 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1. So we get the same answer. And the calculations are really the same. If you look at the partial products right now, then you have this 1200 here that we got. That's actually right here. That's the 1, 2, and then the 0, 0, you just don't see that. And then if you look over, now you have this 150 and this 10 here. 150 and 10 makes 160. Well, that's right here. There's your 160. And then if you look at this 80, this 80 is actually right here. So all the parts, when we do the multiplication, it's all there. It's just in different spots, but it's all the same calculations. So that's with numbers. We're going to now work with variables. So I'm going to just add a page to this. You can keep going underneath if you'd like. And so now I'm going to go back to my pen. And I'm going to make it a little bigger. So now I'm going to multiply the binomial. And I'm going to start with a plus 6. Oops, that's a 6, I promise. A plus 6. Oh, eraser. Woohoo. Okay. A plus 6 times c plus 2. And so when I do this, again, I'm going to make my binomial, or my rectangle. I'm going to bring this a plus 6, c plus 2, and then I'm going to start multiplying. So this is a times c, which is just ac. This is 6 times c, so 6 times c is just 6c. A times 2, and I'm going to put the 2 in front, so it's 2 times a, or 2a. And then this 6 times 2, and that's my number 12. So I'm going to circle those, and now I just need to bring them up. And if you look, I don't have anything that are like terms. I have AC, I have 6C, AC, 6C, 2A, 12. So all I can do now is just go AC plus 6C plus 2A plus 12. And the order here doesn't matter. It could be switched. I don't care. Doesn't make a difference. So this would be my area. And in your homework, you're going to have to do the perimeter too. And so that's the area. The perimeter, if I have the rectangle a plus 6 and I am adding that, I have perimeter. This length is a plus 6. And if this is c plus 2, well, if this is c plus 2, then so is over here. So that's c plus 2. And if top is a plus 6, the bottom is a plus 6. And so to find the perimeter, all I have to do is add them up. So I like to stack them like this. It's kind of cool. A plus 6 plus a plus 6. That's a plus 6 and a plus 6. And now c plus 2 and c plus 2. And I add it up. 6 and 6 is 12 plus 4 gives me 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then that's plus. And this is 2 A's and 2 C's. I'm going to give myself space and write it out. So this is my perimeter of the rectangle. That is a plus 6 by c plus 2. And this is the area here of this rectangle. That is a plus 6 times, or plus a side length of c plus 2. So you're going to be doing that on pages, I wrote it out somewhere to give you. That is going to be page 9, numbers 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you're going to do those problems right now, because that's what this is all about. Area and perimeter, like that. So that's video 1. Enjoy, good luck, ask for help in your teams, and just watch these apply the same thing we did for each one of those. Area, we multiplied with the area model, and the perimeter, we just need to add them all up. Add up those 4 sides. All right, goodbye.